Hi there, my name is Pedro Felicio and welcome to another video in English, and it's another tutorial for the BoardGames Herald channel, and it's a tutorial and video for the game Red Dog Junction. Red Dog Junction is a game for 2 to 5 players, ages 14 and up, and it takes more or less 30 to 90 minutes. In Red Dog Junction we are going to be captains of a rogue spaceship, traversing the galaxy, going from planet to planet, station to station, collecting resources, mining planets, salvaging scrap and trading them at various space stations. And now let's see on the table how to play Red Dog Junction from WaterWorks Games. And we start by taking all the location tiles, placing the Red Dog Junction space station at the center and the rest of them on the table with some space between them. The planets and the haberdashery. After that we'll scatter all the dark cubes on the space between the various locations. This is called the space. Place the green cubes on the oxygen planet. Place the orange cubes on the gas planet. Place the red cubes on the ruby planet. And put the ice cubes on the ice planet. Finally, make a gold and whiskey storage at one side. For the 2 and 3 player game, return 10 gold cubes to the box. Give each player a home base and spaceship, putting those on their playing area. Separate the starting cards by the player number in the bottom right corner of the cards with the red hand. Those cards will be 3 cowboys, 1 miners, 1 agents and 1 scavengers. Also give 1 helping card to each player. The rest of the cards are the card market. Shuffle them and make a face down pile, flipping 6 cards face up in a row. Separate the super deal tiles in 6 gold tiles and 8 gold tiles. Shuffle them and make a pile of each facing up on top of the haberdashery. Then roll all 6-sided die and randomly place them on the 6 die place on Red Dog Junction central tile, and place the 4-sided die on the 0-4 central location with its value set to 1. After choosing the first player, give 1 gold to the first and the second player, 2 golds to the third and fourth player, and 3 golds to the 5th player. The goal of the game is to gain victory points through recruiting new crews, new officers, mining resources and trade them for gold at the space stations. The game will take place through consecutive turns, starting with the initial player and going around the table clockwise. Each player will take their turn. This will happen until the end of the game, when the last gold cube is taken from the bank. On his turn, a player can do 2 actions from 7 possible action or pass. They can move, they can unload and load a ship, they can purchase a card, they can complete a super deal, they can perform a crew action, they can perform an officer action, and they can perform a boost action. Actions can be taken in any order, and the same action can be taken twice on a single turn. At the end of the turn, players discard played boost cards to a common discard pile and commodities that surpass their ship's cargo capacity. When moving, a space will move to the space between the locations, and then, if they want, they can move to a desired location. Moving to space is a move action. Moving from space to another location is another move action. But if docked at Red Dog Junction, a player may move from one dock to another with only one move action. Those spaceships can move from any place, and including to space. They can never move to another player's home base. While docked at their home base, a player may load and unload any number of commodities between their base and their ship. A boost card is orange and it says boost. A player uses the boost card by playing the card, resolving its effects written on the text below, and then discarding it to a common discard pile. Players can trade goods for super deals at the haberdashery. When docked to the haberdashery, a player can trade resources in their ship cargo for gold according to one of the two super deals on the top of the piles present at the location. The resources are returned to their planets and the super deal is placed in the player's game area. Finally, the gold one, in this case 6 gold, are placed on the ship's cargo. From any location, a player may purchase a card from the card market. He will choose one of the 6 face-up cards, check the price on the top left of the card and pay the cost with resources present on their base storage, not on their cargo. Boost cards will always cost 1 gold. Crew cards will cost either resources or gold. Officers will always cost 8 resources, 4 of each, and are also added to the crew. An officer card on a player's crew will give that player a special action. As an action, the player will activate an officer's special action according to the text of the chosen card. To perform a crew action, the player will choose a type of crew and activate their ability. The more matching crew a player has, the more that ability will be activated with a single action. For instance, if the player mines gas from the gas planet and has 3 miners in their crew, he will take with just one action 3 gas cubes. If he has only 1 miner, he can only mine 1 commodity at a time with 1 action. A player may mine various commodities from planets using miner cards. If a player's ship is docked on a planet, he may mine 1 commodity per miner card he has on his crew. He will take the correspondent cube or cubes from that planet and move them into the spaceship cargo. But only 1 spaceship may be docked at any one planet. A player may undock any ship, including their own, in any place where their ship is, using Rustler cards. He will choose any spaceship his or any other players in the same location and move it into space. He may displace 1 ship per Rustler card he has as a single action. A player may swap commodities between his ship and another ship in space using Outlaw cards. If a player's ship is in space with another player's ship, he may use Outlaw cards to swap commodities between ships. He may swap 2 commodities per Outlaw card. A player may salvage commodities from space using Scavengers cards. If the player's ship is in space, he may take 1 scrap from space per Scavengers card he has on his crew. If docked at the Red Junction space base, players can trade using agent cards. Only 1 ship may be docked at one of the 6 spots at Red Dog Junction. Each spot has 2 adjacent dice that correspond to two different types of commodities, and the central D4 die that corresponds to gold. The dice colors correspond to the same color of the commodity, including whiskey and gold. A player can trade between each good from the dice adjacent to its ship as many times as agent cards he has on his crew, and at the ratio of the adjacent dice. So in this case, this ship can trade 2 scraps per 5 ice, or 5 ice per 1 gold, or 2 scraps for 1 gold. Instead of using agent cards for trading, he may use any number of agent cards to decrease or increase any value of the 6-sided die by 1. So I could use one of the agents to reduce the scrap die by 1 and the other 2 to make 2 trades. Remember, a spaceship has a cargo limit defined by cowboy cards that have 2 space capacity. The game end will be triggered when the last cube from the gold reserve is taken. Each player will take 2 more turns in consecutive order, starting with the next player. Also, the game will be immediately over if the last card from the card deck is turned over. At the end of the game, the players do the final score. Each gold in their storage at their home base is worth 1 point each. Each crew card is worth 1 point, and each officer is worth 3 points. Each super deal tile, 8 and 6 gold, are worth 1 point each. After the final score, the player with the most points will win the game. In case of the tie player with the most unused booster cards will be the winner. And if there's still a tie, the tie player with the most crew cards will be the winner. And that's how you play Red Dog Junction from WaterWorks Games.